most of us, we just grow up thinking shame is, that's how you get anything done, isn't it? There's something wrong with me, and I'm just going to try and improve myself. I'm going to keep trying to better myself, which is, like, let's say I don't know how to speak Japanese, which I don't. And let's say I want to figure out how to speak Japanese, or I want to learn how to speak Japanese. So I go and do some lessons, and maybe I go and visit Japan, and I get pretty good. Okay? So you could say, you could confuse that with improving yourself. I haven't improved myself, I've just learned a new skill. Okay? And yeah, sure, it's beautiful, it's added to the texture of my life, it's great, I really enjoy it, but I haven't improved because I wasn't flawed to start off with. I was just me doing my thing, and I wanted to learn this new thing. Often we conflate those two and go, oh, I eat too much. I'm a slob. I just shovel it in there, and now I'm overweight. There's something wrong with me. I need to improve myself. Okay? That's not what's going on, in my experience. And it's common, very common, that just say it's certainly to do with weight loss, that the yo-yo dieting thing. It's a really good example of like shaming yourself into changing. Like, that's it. I can't fit into my clothes anymore. I'm disgusted with myself. I can't bear to look at myself in the mirror. And I'm going to, take myself in hand and just beat myself into shape and make myself do all this stuff. And you can do it. You can do it for a while. But like I've said before, when you stuff things down, they just come out the sides. So you might have the body you want, but maybe you'll suddenly find yourself drinking a lot more than you would, or buying a lot more clothes for this lovely new body that you've got, or it doesn't work. Shaming yourself into change doesn't work because it starts with this premise that there's something wrong with you. And it's like, if I do enough, if I bend myself into the right shape, then I won't feel flawed anymore. Well, I can tell you, it never goes away. It never goes away unless it does. But you can't make it go away by trying to fix the problem, because the fundamental problem is a misidentification that you have a problem or that you're flawed to start off with. Like this very deep feeling that fundamentally there's something wrong with us. It runs deep, and everybody seems to have it. Everybody I work with anyway has it. And it's so unfair, because when you can let go of it and when you realize there's nothing wrong, then it frees you up it makes everything so much more efficient, because you don't feel like you're working with spoiled goods or flawed merchandise. You're just trying to make something out of a bad thing. You're trying to dress it up. You kind of know that you're neutral, meaning you're as good as anybody else, that you're as perfect as anybody else, and that maybe you want to learn Japanese, or maybe you want to change your body shape. Maybe you want to see how fit you can become. Maybe you want to see how you want to get to a particular weight, but you're not doing it because you think there's something fundamentally wrong with you to start off with. And that goes across everything. Like, you might discover that you are socially not great. You're a bit too honest, or something. And, people don't like you. You can even, like, things like that. You can kind of go, oh, okay, so what if you are trying to fix that from the perspective of, there's something wrong with me, nobody likes me. There are not enough people in the world to get you to change that. You could get everybody in the whole world to like you and still feel like you are flawed. Like, I remember listening to an interview with Bono that was stuck in my mind, Bono from U2. And the interviewer was waxing lyrical about how wise Bono was and how great he was, and what a deep thinker and a wonderful person he was. And Bono stopped him and said, I need at least 400,000 people in a stadium screaming my name and telling me how brilliant I am to begin to fill up this big hole of emptiness I have inside me. I don't think I'm as together as you're making out. Okay, I'm paraphrasing. That's what I got from it, And I thought it was really very honest of Bono. But it's true, you can't get enough people to like you. But if you kind of go, okay, what am I doing? What's going on in my behavior that I'm doing that's making people relate to me like this, And like the internet is full of people who have got all these hacks and how to, understand your own personality and your way of social interaction, where you can totally improve that. But if you're improving it from the point of view of, well, I don't think there's anything wrong with me. I just don't have these particular set of skills. Then you can just learn those skills and you can have lots of very enjoyable social interactions. It's just a thing you didn't innately get, There's so many things in that when we're growing up, our parents teach us a lot of things, but there's a lot of things they don't teach us and we're just supposed to understand. Sex is a great example, Like nobody teaches anybody about sex. And we're just supposed to understand how it works. I mean, there's loads and loads of books and things that you can get, but you have to go and figure it out. You have to go and teach yourself, how to do it. I don't mean how to do it, but what it's about. What's like what the whole how to so that it's enjoyable for everybody involved. That doesn't come naturally. We kind of just are supposed to think that it will, but it doesn't. So, and again, if you go at that going, oh, there's something wrong with me, I'm just terrible at sex. Well, you can have sex till you're blue in the face and you still won't feel like there isn't something wrong with you. You'll always feel like that. Whereas if you go into these things going, okay, well, I'm fine, so let me just learn some new skills here, And there's this, the feeling of that is, oh, and it's supposed to just happen naturally, It's like love and romance and relationships. Nobody tells you how to do that, And the reason your parents don't tell you how to do relationships or how to do sex is they haven't a clue. They just have like whatever they figured out, But it might work for you. But the feeling is like, oh, I'm just supposed to know how to do this stuff, And most of us don't. Most of us don't know how to do it. So this thing of like loving yourself into evolution, that's the tricky bit, because you have to really love yourself, not in an arrogant, egotistical, I'm the best thing ever. I don't mean that, but love yourself like a child, like a child who doesn't know what they're doing. It's not like you just throw the shoes and the laces at the child and go figure it out. Nobody does that. They go, oh yeah, tying your shoelace. It's not easy. Let's say this is how you thread up the shoe, and this is how you tie the knot. So we do that for those kind of things, but not the other kind of things like relationships, money, finances, sex. Like my mother showed me how to iron clothes, and she showed me how to sew. She didn't show me how to clean a bathroom. I had to figure that out. It took me a while how to clean a bathroom, or how to clean an oven, or how to it's so funny. Like when it comes to ironing and sewing, I'm like, yep, no problem. I know how to do this because I was shown, but not the other stuff. The other stuff is like something not right in the bathroom. I'm just not sure how to. Yeah, let me just go and figure out how to do that. And that's just a simple thing, But loving yourself like a child, going, I am terrible at social things. I just keep saying the wrong thing. Going, well, okay, let's go and figure that out together. Let's see what we can learn, And then with the deeper stuff, because shame, particularly if we, do something, we hurt somebody, and the shame comes up of like, oh, there's my flaw. There's my flaw on display. And, it's not. It's just a bit of your unconsciousness coming up to be transformed into consciousness. And that only happens by love. Nothing else does it except love. You can't beat yourself into becoming more conscious. You can't discipline yourself into becoming more conscious. The only thing that does it is love, as far as I can see. And in my experience, and I've tried lots of different ways. So yeah, it's a lovely little thing. You can't shame yourself into change. You can only love yourself into evolution.